Hey you, it's Jess here and it's so nice to see you. Today's video is another Infinity Nikki journal video game journal update. I have update 2.4. Yes, 2.4 to do called, and this update was called The Forest Need Not Listen. And yeah, so let's get started into it. I haven't stuck any of the stickers in. I have them all here like last time. We can do all of it ourselves together. We'll see how this goes. I might have to pause filming and come back to it just depending on the time. There is a playlist on my channel of all my Infinity Nikki journal spreads, and I usually go update by update if you want to see the past ones. We're already really filling up this journal. This is from Archer and Olive, and this is available on their site right now, I believe. Well, of me looking at this in June. I'm not 100% sure when this video will go up, so I have seen it recently on their website. I don't have much of it left though, so I don't know how I'm going to get all of 2.0 in here. I might actually have to do 2 journals for 2.0. It's because I fit 1.0 to 1.11 into one journal last year, but I started it late, so I didn't have a lot of like these early pages that I had in here, and I didn't do as much of I did a ton of pages for 2.0, so I either have to start bringing my pages down or I'm gonna have to buy another journal very soon. I've been looking at Archer and Olive, just keeping an eye on what I might want to use, because yeah, we are getting close to finishing this journal already. I will say I never really show this except for the beginning, but I do have purchases, keeping track of what I've spent on this game on the back here, which I highly recommend if you're journaling as well, or just keeping this as a record so you know how much you're spending in this game, because it is microtransactions and it is technically gambling as a gacha game. So good to keep an eye out on what I just put in everything, all of my purchases, and how much it was every month. And sometimes I'm able to get away with a cheaper month here and there, so definitely good to keep an eye on. Maybe keep a spreadsheet if that's more of your thing, to know what you're spending. So I've printed out a bunch of stuff for this one. They had this beautiful art for They Need Not Listen. So this update was not permanent, it was limited, so I can go over the story a little bit with you. It's a little bit confusing, but overall only because they did some very like interesting like time loops, and it was just I don't know, they're kind of explaining the story in different ways using different storybooks. This is like a dark retelling of Little Red Riding Hood, but with other fairy tales as well in there. And then yeah, so we'll get into it as we get into it. So I have the stickers I printed out, and these are all on removable matte sticker paper, so you can pick them up. I also have this sheet from Sticky Club by Berry Moo. And I thought actually this kind of like went with the theme the most, because we kind of have the woods, we kind of have like little fairy tale creatures, kind of almost like a Red Riding Hood thing. Not 100%, but I feel like color-wise and almost theme-wise it worked. This was in April, I think, and I believe there is like a kind of ghost-related holiday or event in China around this time, maybe about ghosts or the dead. So they tend to do spooky stuff around 2.4, or what the 0.4 update in the year. They did a spooky eerie season last year around the same time. So I think it's just that time of year in China. So that's why we got a spooky thing now and not like in October. I do also have 2 Simply Gilded washi tapes that I picked up that I thought would go perfectly. We have these like Halloween books, and I love how it's black and white but with a touch of red in there. And then I have this dark red sparkly one, which I thought would be perfect with this one as well. So the first page I have is obviously the title page of the update, and we're actually doing 2.6 right now, and I don't have one of these kind of illustrations for 2.6, so it's going to have a very different front page compared to a lot we've had so far, and that's alright. It doesn't all have to be the same, but I am going to get this very big sticker down. I'm going to do this on the edge so I can kind of place it where I might want to put it in the best kind of place for me. Apologies, there's like one of my hairs going about. Maybe we can move it over like one. Like say if we put it there, I think we could put it a little bit more centered. If we put it on that row of dots. Still trying to center it out. Maybe in the middle of these dots. The middle of this grid. Here. I need to be 100% straight because I cut these by hand and thus will never be straight. But I just find it easier to cut by hand because I don't know, I have a paper trimmer. And of course these are like straight edges, but my paper trimmer really struggles with the sticker paper. I don't know. I'm getting a ton of bubbles in this. I don't know why. It's really not going down like flat as I would hope. Kind of odd. Usually it does, but it's got like this, I don't know if I'll be able to get rid of that one. The heck? I'm having a lot of trouble with this sticker all of a sudden. Sorry, my door's open and it is summer holidays, so kids might be making noises in the background. Let me try and figure this out because it's just going down like not flat. It's really odd. This sticker did not want to behave. What the heck? Oh, behave like at the end, but not at all during the middle, the beginning. Okay, you can't really tell like that it's got some ripples in it. That's fine, I guess. I'm just gonna cover up the logo of Nikki here with, I just decided I would cut out the title here because it looks fine. I don't know. Still not 100% like how I want to do the style of this kind of like journaling. It's kind of hard, but I guess I could do more like less proper updates of the game and more just creative journaling spreads. But I also kind of just like having like a record of the game because it is an online game. It's not going to last forever. And everything that I enjoyed and spent money on will disappear one day. And that's fine. But this way I get, you know, a record of it. I'm going to put these books here. Because yeah, a big thing about this update was the sort of fairy tales they went over. So there was like a Snow White character, and well, we had a bunch of Esslings, and then which are like the creatures that you kind of fight in this game. Okay, we should bring out some different Tombow marker. I think this one will be really good. This is 837, which is dark red. I feel like this will pull it all in together as well. Yep. You know how I am. I like my little border if you watched this before. I feel like it just ties the page together. And it feels less like just an empty page with a couple of things on it and more like a complete spread. I don't know, just that's how it works in my mind. So I just brought those things together, and then maybe you can put, you can put like this main, I feel like this is the main sticker. So down here, maybe a couple of the bats, just to add a little something, but we do need to, I don't want to overuse those stickers, you know, we have a lot of pages to go. So we have one human character who is Red Riding Hood. In the update, who is real cute. So I have some things about some things from their Instagram, their socials about the update. So basically there was a part of the map in Elderwood Forest called the Misty Forest, and it had a So there's two kind of fantasy races in this world. Yggdrasil. There's the Shroomlings, who we know and interact with, and then there's the Titans, who are like giant people who are very Roman-esque. They have colosseums, and they really loved making pottery, and they also really liked making machines. But they are long gone. They're a dead civilization, the Titans. And we kind of just adventure through what they have left. And the Misty Forest includes the Titan's graveyard. So there's a beautiful, haunting tree there. And also, yeah, it's all super misty, and there's a lot of Esslings and behemoths. It's kind of a mystery place. So this update was kind of like giving us some world lore about the Misty Forest. So let me have a look, make sure I get my right stickers here. I don't have them all in order, sadly, but I shall work upon it. I think there's one more I need to find in this batch here. Alright, so these are like the store, so this is like some stuff about the update and about what happened in the world. So the thing about Yggdrasil is that it used to be, so going back, the history of Infinity Nikki, in Mirrorland, there was a veilfall, they call it, and all of the gods died. And I think there were 8 main gods, and they all seemingly died or disappeared. And then darkness overcame the world, where we get Esslings, these little creatures here. Although these are like not bad Esslings, these are good Esslings. But we had like the dark essence like corrupts things, and there were evil stuff, and people were just like perishing and running for their lives. And then these stylists emerged. I think there was 8 stylists, the same as the gods, I think. I think there were the 8. They rose up with the power of whim, which is what Nikki has. She has whim power. In the past, it was called Whimancy, which is very cool to me. I just love that. And they were able to defeat the dark and make everything livable again. Like there still is dark essence and things still existing in the world, and that's kind of what Nikki's dealing with. But overall, most of the places were livable again, except for Yggdrasil, like a dark miasma, they say, what covered the land. This is what I bought at the shop, by the way. Covered the land, and it's only recently lifted in the last few years. So people can now go into Yggdrasil. Basically, the Shroomlings survived because they have a very specific, like they are protected by a being called the Mother Shroom. And they also have very specific biology, as well as their spirit. Like they have their body and soul are like combined. So I don't know, they're different kinds of creatures. They're mushrooms, so magic mushrooms. So they were able to live through the miasma, but it finally lifted. But what we do is we find out in this, the story of this is that we find out that the miasma was lifted with the help of a Titan and her created Esslings and Red Riding Hood, who's like a humanoid that she made. That was like her first creation, and then she made like the Esslings. And they did this in the Misty Forest. And Misty Forest was like the last place to have the miasma, and it only recently kind of lifts with the help of these creatures that she made. And they're kind of styled the way they are. They're fairy tale creatures, like Little Red Riding Hood, because this Titan was a huge fan of fairy tales. So that's why she named them that way. And but we find out through the story that she took in another Titan, a male Titan. He had been like kicked out of the Titan. Well, she left the Titan Society because she was sick of machines, and she kind of thought she wanted to get connected back into nature, and then her creations are made out of nature, you know, not machinery. Anyway, then she was found by this male Titan who had been kicked out of They're Titan society because his machines kept failing. Yeah, he was just like a failed inventor basically. And so she takes him in because she feels bad for him. But he finds out about her creations. And the thing about her creations is they play through a story, like a fairy tale story that actually works by lifting the miasma. So over time, they were going to fix the miasma in the area. So it's kind of a machine of healing the world. Great, there's a truck outside. That's annoying. Anyway, and he's all like, "Oh, tell me how you did this inventing. Like, tell me how you made these creatures." And she was like, "Nope, they're mine." And he basically does this whole campaign where what I believe is that he poisons her. Oop, the sun has just come out. He poisons her, and then she ends up dying, and he takes her creations and he gaslights them into believing that he is the true creator. And he gaslights everyone into believing he created these creatures and that he's an amazing inventor. And so he steals her inventions and poisons her and kills her from this. And then her first creation, Little Red Riding Hood, wasn't able to be manipulated, and so she was against him. So he did a huge gaslight on her, and then made everyone else and made them believe that she was the big bad wolf, and she was scary and she was going to hurt all of them. So she kind of is she's a real Red Riding Hood, but she's also connected to the big bad wolf, which is interesting. I kind of wish I had more bat stickers, like the individual bat stickers from this sheet, but I don't. So I'm gonna have to. I do have some stickers. This is from a sticker book that I got on Amazon and also AliExpress. They are linked in the description below. So I'm gonna put some of these in here because I thought this page kind of went with it. I'm trying to add a little bit more extra parts to it in this one. And then we'll put a little bit here as well. But yeah, so, and he takes credit for all of she invents. And so what we do is we stumble upon and so the creatures are kind of in a loop of trying to fix this miasma, and they do the story again and again and again of grandma, they go to the wolf in grandma in the forest, and then she dies, and they have her funeral, and then and then it's kind of like the funeral ends, and then it's brought back again, and they start over under the manipulation of this of finding Little Red Riding Hood being the big bad wolf. And she keeps trying to stop. She's the big bad wolf because she keeps coming in and trying to stop the what's it called? The funeral, because she knows it's going to restart the loop. And the more they do the loop, the more they may actually perish. So anyway. That's the part where it gets a little confusing, just because it's been a few months since I played it. And obviously it's not permanent, so I can't check back on it. But so basically what you do is Nikki gets stuck into the time loop, and she tries to she ends up finding the big bad wolf and then finding out the real true story, what happens. And there's multiple fairy stories that you get told and reenacted, and they all lead into the same thing of the queen is trying to protect the princess, but the queen gets poisoned and dies, and the new king is evil and imprisons the princess. It's all of this male titan being bad. We do have some blue here. I could mix the blue with the red, but I think I'm going to continue on with the red throughout, just so it's all kind of the same. So let me put in these outlines. Alright, the outlines. So on this page, here's some story stuff, and we have the 2 outfits that I bought in the shop with like paid currency. And then this outfit, Pinecone Encounter, was a free outfit that we earned by finishing stuff in the game. Really, really cute. That was the first half of the patch, and then the second half of the patch we got another free outfit called Heroic Legend, and look at this outfit. I love the pieces of it. You got these are fluffy boots, and then these are like low-rise jeans, and then you've got the cowboy hat and the cool jacket. It's a really fun like adventuring outfit. So here we kind of have the start of the story. We have this beautiful illustration. They have beautiful illustrations for this. Let me close the door. Alright, there we go. Just I was sick of that truck outside. Whoever's like, they're unloading or loading stuff. Always, every time I want to film. But anyway, so this is kind of the beginning of the quest. This is like the opening part of Misty Forest. Because the Misty Forest is still there. It's just this story is no longer available. But you can still fight the boss at the end. Which is interesting. He kind of just is sitting there in the Misty Forest if you want to fight him. But yeah, so yeah, Nikki gets pulled in. You have these various versions of the story. She's trying to figure out what means what, you know, what this all adds up to. But in the end, it is all about that that Titan, and he takes all the glory from the female Titan who actually did the inventing, which really sucks. Alright, let me make that shorter so I can see my full picture. I thought my outfit looked pretty cute that I made for this update. I put on like the queen's dress that was, I think I returned to the shop. Well, I may have returned to the shop at this update. I can't remember. I'm just doing this sort of layering thing, but I think I'll put just a single red up there. And maybe we'll put like this blue mushroom cat there. And maybe just one of these like little candles, and then maybe some more of, we can maybe bring in some dark blue from here, just to sort of add to it. And then some more black. We have another black star here. I think that looks cute. That looks alright. I don't think we need too much decoration on this side, because the pictures are pretty big. Just a couple of things. Just to put in there. Alright. And I'm trying to be a bit more simple for this update. I think it's looking alright. Okay, so that was the beginning of the quest, so now we're getting into the quest here. Alright, so let me just piece these together. We had a really cool story tale moon at the top. Oh yes, and Little Red Riding Hood kind of comes to us first. Really, as this woman, lady in the forest, and she says, drink it, drink it, drink it. She gives us a soup, and she's like, drink it. And you can press drink the soup or press no. I press no, and she's like, you have to drink it. So you have to drink the soup. It's kind of like an Alice in Wonderland thing as well. There's like a kind of rabbit that you follow as well to Grandma's house in the forest. So there's like a mix. There's like Snow White, there's like the red ballet shoes, there's one about the swan, there's Alice in Wonderland, there's Red Riding Hood. Here's the character who begins the quest, Curiosa, and they say, just be careful of Mad Red Riding Hood and the Big Dark Wolf. So yeah, she's Mad Red Riding Hood. It's kind of how she's been like painted by the Titan who took over. There's some really cute, some really good animated trying to get this in focus. Animated cinematic where you have like the story of the king versus the step king and the queen and the princess and trying to protect her as well. And then we also had the sort of the magic mirror as well, telling us to drink the soup. Really cool stuff in here. I'm just going to continue on with the red. I think so, even though this is all mostly blue, but I think that will work out best. So I'm going to put my lines in. Alright, we'll do a double page for this one because you have mostly quest stuff going on. I've lost all my pictures. Just put to the side here. So let's start sticking these in. So we have the magic mirror. And I think I'm going to put this one, Lady of the Forest, down here. I do have it sort of pre-planned of how I wanted to put this in. This is the tree that's in the misty forest, which you can still go see, but I don't think the moon is like that in the area anymore. Which is too bad, but it was really cool. They do those kind of things like where they change the moon up. I know in Erie season they made the moon like a full moon really big, which is really fun. Alright, and then on the other side, this is some of the S-lings. Part of the story. So this one was the white rabbit that you followed, and he like poisons grandma. Like he's kind of an agent of the Titan King. We also get these sort of changing photos, and here's grandma in the middle, and then we had Red Riding Hood suddenly appears in the background. Oh, and this was a cool part of the quest. You could barely see this in the picture, but we had to get to the funeral really fast, and we followed the character, which is Mad Red Riding Hood, and as you follow the path, she appears and disappears and reappears, but she's pointing the way the whole time, and it was very creepy. And then along the way, we end up finding the big bad wolf, which is like a version of a behemoth, which I thought was so beautiful. I didn't pull on the gacha outfit, the 5-star outfit for this patch, but it was a really cool, you get to see the outfit at the end of the quest, you get to wear it, and you also get to fight the end battle with the ability it came with, which was a battle companion of the big bad wolf, which is really cool. And he fights like this, but he can also fight in the big adult version of Behemoth, and you can ride him. I think when it reruns, I'll probably pull for it, depending on how many pulls I had, but I was kind of trying to save my diamonds at the time, but I think I will pull on it. It's also because I didn't love the 4-star that came with it, so that's sometimes like if I'm not in love with the 4-star and I'm not like 100% the outfit, then I won't pull. But I think I will next time because it is a really cool outfit in the end. I'm gonna put some of these book tapes about, and then we're going to put some of this red tape as well, because I like that layering look, and I also like bringing in a little bit of that pop of the red. You got the silver red with Red Riding Hood and Big Bad Wolf, so I feel like this still works throughout. I might bring some red in here as well around the wolf. Super cute. The wolf was really darling. But we find out that the big bad wolf was actually Red Riding Hood, you know? It was a whole thing, but I did like it. Maybe just have like 2. How many pages more? 1, 2. I probably won't use them there. So I can probably use 1 more in here too. Just so we have some more of these stickers around, because I do like them. And I do want to use the sheet overall. So we have those, and then we'll bring out this one. We're running out of black. We kind of ran out of black stars though, which was my favorite part. But we can do the moon, Big Bad Wolf, and then maybe some of these sort of like darker butterflies around. Probably don't need too many things actually on this page. Actually have a look. Maybe there's just some black sparkles. I've used a lot of them. The black sparkles, but maybe have some here. That could be okay. Have some bigger sparkles. Okay, I think I'm going to leave that as is. I think this page is done. Alright, and this should be the last questing page. Yes, so I thought this was, I just really liked this picture that I took here. Let me do the outlines, because might as well. Alright, so I really like this page. I'm going to put this at the top here to go underneath. The smaller ones that will go on the bottom. I'm really getting a curve on the journal here now. It's getting so fat. So yes, we end up exploring and finding the workshop of the, unlocking the workshop of the Titan who made these creatures. And we unlock all of these secrets. And we find the truth, and by doing that, I think it was kind of booby-trapped that we found the truth, that they would get attacked. So with the Red Riding Hood, and she gets attacked here. And I thought this was a really cool part of the story. So usually, like, Nikki, she just does the fight herself. Like, she's like, alright, I'll fight for you. But in this one, we pull her out of these encroaching essence, like dark essence in the villain. And we take her hand, and what we do is we say, you know, you're not alone. We could do this together. And so it's not just Nikki fighting at the end. She's literally she literally merges with Red Riding Hood, and they fight off basically the remnants of the Titan King, the like evil essence being that came out of him, kind of thing, together, which I thought was really cool. And this is where we have the 5-star outfit. I have one more picture here that I haven't. There we go. And this is a really cool scene where she has a gun. She has a rifle, and it kind of comes down to her, and she just does this really cool thing where she grabs it and does this look. She's so badass. But I love how it's like it's them together doing it. It's not just Nikki. They have to fight together because in the end, Red Riding Hood is the protector of the forest. Like, that is her actual main job. She's not mad Red Riding Hood. She and the wolf fight together to protect the forest. And that is what we do, and we help her to do that. And it was very cool. So I had to do full screenshots of this section with the 5-star because it was just a really cool scene. I loved it. So and that's how we kind of end it. Then we do the battle using the 5-star outfit and also the 5-star ability with the being able to use the bad wolf. The big bad wolf is your battle companion. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I just liked the sort of the subtle story change that they did here for Nikki. Because yeah, usually she's the one who's fighting for everyone and she saves everyone. But in this one, it's her and Red Riding Hood fighting together to claim back her mother's legacy, to free her creations. So it kind of ends with like Red Riding Hood is now free, like the Misty Forest is now free of miasma, and so she ends up actually leaving the forest to see the world because she's never been able to, because she's been stuck in this loop in the forest. And I just think that's a lovely ending. I love it so much. We freed all of them, and now all of them can just be free creations and figure out who they are and what they want to do with their lives. Because their creator is gone, and their reason for being created is now done. So it was a cool end. So we have some of those with stickers in. I think I want to use the last sticker on the next page. This last one here. So I'm going to leave that We might put another sparkle in. So we have one more sticker and a sparkle left on that sticky sheet. So what do I want to use from here? Maybe you can just use some more of these like more brown butterflies. I don't know, I feel like butterflies just work in decorating Infinity Nikki journal. Like, I don't know, they just feel like the perfect little addition. So I feel like not all stickers work in the style, but this one does. These ones do. Have some little black butterflies too. Yeah, some little brown butterflies. Doesn't have to be like too crazy. Let me put the last one down here. And do I have anything small? Another little black butterfly for this corner. Okay, I think that looks good as well. Just some little illustrations to mark that. So that was the quest done, and I thought it was really cool. And now I just have 2 more spreads to do and we will be finished. Okay, I just went ahead and did the lines because I might as well just do them now. So I took some different photos during the updates. I just want to do some of those. So first of all, I made this, I thought was a cool outfit in the, I did like a layout thing that is available in the camera menu. She looks feral and I love it. Using the new paid outfit. So I wanted to include that there. And then in one of the side quests, we had to take a picture with the shroomling that wanted to meet the storybook S-Link. So we have a picture together. Then there was a prompt for Diamonds to take a picture in the Titan's workshop. So that was me in her workshop there. And then this was me when I finally finished one of the world quests, which was going through and going through I think 4 different caverns to collect these keys, following this huge story. I won't go into it too much because it is a permanent one. But it's about like a hidden treasure. We're doing a treasure. We're trying to find this treasure from the Titans that was left over. And this is me in the area where you find the treasure. So I'm just saying that. I had to take a picture because it was a very long adventure to do. Like obviously, I don't love how they're kind of the same angle. It took a long time. So I had to do multiple caverns and a lot of reading like the notes because there were other people before us trying to find the treasure, and we also had to find out what happened to them because they were mysteriously done in. So that was interesting. I'm putting this washi here like as if it is pasted in like a photo because these are kind of like photos that I'm putting in. I'm gonna put the last of my little stickers in here. Maybe just in the corner here. So now I've used up this sticky sheet, which I'm happy about. But let's find some different stickers for this. I really need to get a new one of this book because I've used up a lot of the dark colors. I think we're just gonna have to use what we have. So kind of limit myself a bit on what I'm using in this pot. We have a bit more the butterflies, some lighter color ones. I have a lot of like black dots now from this page. I wish they weren't just black dots, but you know, I guess I'll take what I can get. I don't think it needs too much more. I guess I'll just maybe put one up here, but I'll just leave the page as that. Maybe move this down and put it here, and maybe move that with it. Okay, I think that looks a bit better, a bit more even. And the next page I did a blue outline, a green outline because I did this little photo shoot here. This sort of autumnal stuff. I guess this was sort of like my, it's going to be spring soon. It was still really cold here in Finland, so she's got the cardigan and the scarf on, but she's like a pretty spring dress. The bird on her head. Some of my favorite items in the game. I did this little photo shoot with this outfit of like spring is coming, which I thought was really pretty. I could do some of maybe this green in there. It's not quite the right color. I guess we could do some yellow and orange butterflies to go with it. I think that'll be okay. I don't think the washi really goes with this. Oh, we got kind of a moth one here. That's kind of cute. But yeah, so I thought this was a fun little outfit and photo shoot. So I had a lot of fun with it. And I was really happy with this outfit. I'm gonna put a couple of these decorations in. And a little one next to the up here. This page is not as cooperable. It doesn't cooperate as much as the other pages, but it's okay. I want to put this gingham butterfly in. Any other small pieces I can actually take. Not all of them are cut out, and some of them are blue. So let's keep looking. Anything from here, because we have that kind of green color in the side here, in the washi. Oop, try not to pull anything up. The journaling could be a little delicate. Okay, we have this one here. I don't know if I have another one. I have a little bubble. Okay, I think that page is good, and it just lets my photo shoot speak for itself. So we have final pages here, which was what I actually pulled on, and there was a rerun of Dance Till Dawn, which I hadn't pulled on originally. So I was like, you know what, I really do like it, especially the glow up. So I ended up pulling on Dance Till Dawn. I think that's why I kind of didn't pull on the new 5-star, even though, I don't know, maybe looking back now I should have, and not pulled on this one. But you know, this was from 1.2, 1.3, I think. 1.2, I think. So this was an old outfit that finally got rerun for the first time. So I pulled for it. I just pulled for the base outfit, and I got the 4-star, and I really love the glow up because it is purple. And then this page was one of the 4-stars that ran, and I have a bunch of ones from here, but I actually didn't finish pulling on this one. I don't know why these pictures came up so big either. So, wow. Anyway, I didn't finish pulling on this one. I wanted the hair. I didn't actually love the hat or the dress. And luckily for me, basically when I was pulling, I ended up not getting the hat, the dress, or the shoes. I think those are the only items I didn't get. So as soon as I got the hair, I stopped pulling. And because look at this hair, it's amazing. But I got everything else. I got like the accessories and the tights and the hair. But yeah, what was it? I didn't get the tights, the shoes, and the dress and the hat. I think I just got the gloves and the thing and the necklace and the earrings and the hat, the hair. I think so. But basically, I was able to avoid the items that I didn't like. So it was a win-win for me because I didn't need to finish it. Sometimes I'm like, should I just finish an outfit? But I'm fine with not having the dress in my collection. I think I'm fine without that. My only problem is, what do I want to decorate with? These are like so big, I don't think I need many decorations. So I might need the other sticker book. This is the other one that I have. It's on AliExpress and Amazon, linked down below. Maybe because this is kind of like orangey and yellowy, we can put in some of these butterflies just to decorate this banner. But in the end, I do like to mark in like what I pull on, even if I haven't 100% finished it. It really does depend though on the graphics, and well, this outfit looks cool in the graphics. I just didn't want the dress or the hat, so I was happy with what I got in the end. Yeah, I thought I'd include it anyway, because I think I had this singular page and then I'm like, well, I need this page before we can get into the next update. So that's why she has a page all to herself, even if I didn't finish it. So let me have a look at some of this stuff here that I could include. I really need to buy a second one of this because I've used up so much of it. Like I've used all of those blue butterflies. But maybe we can do some of these, like, even though I did red in the background, it's fine. That is fine. We'll do some of these, like, whoop, except I tore that one apart. Oh dear. Sometimes you have to be delicate with these. Oh, just some some cloud plops. I don't know what these are. And we'll put in some of these light butterflies, because whatever. I think it still looks alright. I guess I should have done blue as my as the outline, but that's okay. I think the red is fine. Kind of leads in from the other page. It's not as noticeable. We got the pops of blue in here. Okay, I think I'm done with that. So I think as I say is I have finished the 2.0 update in my Infinity Nikki journal. So let's get back to the beginning. 2.3 was really fun. So this is what we started with. We did the title page because we did the beautiful illustration here. It's kind of like Nikki and Red Riding Hood together. And then we have just some background of the update. It looks like there's still many secrets waiting for us in the Misty Forest. There are like additional thorns and a dark miasma, and the Titan's graveyard had the corrupted monster. Then the outfits that I bought in the shop. And then the free outfits that we got by playing. And then the beginning of the quest here with some more beautiful artwork. And the really cool dark quest. And then I just loved this like victory pose, this badass pose of Nikki. Just was a really cool change and addition. And then we have some pictures I was just taking around, my little photo shoot. And then the banners that I pulled out in the update. So that was everything for Nikki for 2.4. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you can see more. I've got my Infinity Nikki journal. I've got my reading journal, which is also TV shows, video games, movies as well included in it. I also do planning with stickers, so you can see how my weeks go and watch me kind of see how I play this game every single day. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this. Leave me down an emoji, maybe some wolves down below, a wolf emoji. I think those exist. Or what you think, like we'll go with fairy tales and Red Riding Hood. Just some emojis that are fun and make you think of fairy tales or wolves. But otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I love you. Bye-bye.